Ugh. Okay. I am aware that it is odd for a gotcha channel obsessed with hypersexualized warrior women to talk about love. But is love not central to the very essence of all gotcha addictions? At the very least, this can be a memo for myself and an interesting dive for you. I hope. This video was largely inspired by
See, Sarah, I am a guy. Since when do we get anything right the first time?
Well, I'm a realist.
Can't repeat the past.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
I would die for it, think I won't give up my life for it. Say she lied for it, all night lies for it. Blow my mind for it, high for it, way too high for it. Out the sky for it. Now I sleep when I'm awake. If I'm numb now, why do I still feel all this pain? If you run now, you might have a chance to live again. Those facts won't evade. Solo, there's no motorcade. Just came with the photo takes. Finger fuck my Novocaine. I don't ever feel away. I just feel away. Banana clip up to my brain. Yeah, just peel away. Don't say this too much. I move mountains. God's hand, devil's luck. Save my soul. I know. Paper cuts, eyes low. Beat me up, binds won't be enough. All I know.
when Mark started spiraling here. I felt for him. I could almost see the words of Eve's dad wrapping themselves around him. Nothing tortures you better than your own guilt. Lucky for Mark, Eve's on point and was able to pull him back from an all too familiar line of thinking. As annoying as it can be to watch Mark go back and forth over similar topics, I'm glad Mark didn't get this right. Just like Nolan, Mark sounded like he was saying the right thing to me. And in both cases, it was the women in their lives that opened things up. That's the hard part of being a man and being in relationships. You have to be so much more open. But the more you open up, the more I opened up, the more I questioned things like masculinity and femininity. I wasn't a Disney movies kind of kid growing up, so my Disney princesses and prince romance experiences secondhand only. My examples for romance were
It's gonna blow the pipeline, Kimmy, and your skin definitely doesn't need more oil.
Well done, Chief. Phase 1 is complete.
It's over now. That's me. It's just... That's me. From the moment I laid eyes on you, all I wanted was for us to be together.
I still arrived neck deep in misogyny and sexism, all the same, obviously. But the path wasn't one of hating women or thinking them inferior, rather a passive dismissal of them as people. Ignorance of the why of it all. I took, but never gave. This meant I fit the nice guy narrative by comparison for a while. I had and have plenty of interactions with women, even if my channel doesn't suggest that.
Boy, you got the touch of Midas. No gang get busy, big stuff. But I'm humble like Kenny, showrunner. Can't film with no biddies. We just wanna party, no diddy. New York, I'm touching.
It wasn't till the overwhelming rise of streaming followed by the red pill movement and having a friend who was partaking in it and constantly bringing them to my attention by debating their talking points to me. It's a mouthful. All the way into the 3 a.m.s. I still had work in the morning. That is when I was finally forced into conscious self-reflection, because I agreed with my friend on a lot of things. I watched the Fresh and Fit podcasts, and I could understand a lot of what they were saying. I could see where they were coming from, because that's where I'd been, was, and still largely am. But I never bought into their courses, because they never sold me on their conclusions. You need to sleep with 50 plus women to understand them? You want multiple wives and or girlfriends, but they can't have multiple boyfriends and or husbands in turn? And the premise was always something generally agreeable, or required more nuance to really discuss. But for the sake of the discussion, it was simplified, equivalent of a salesman sticking his foot in the door preemptively. Now, this won't sound good any way I put it, but harem and ecchi anime had ironically already debunked this specific point for me. More was never the merrier. The ending was either the MC heavily favoring one girl, or the classic, I love all of you equally. But I still didn't have an answer or a proper what one ought to do, if you will. Disagreeing with the red pill and standing against it, while fun and self-gratifying for sure, it only left me with more questions. How can a man hate a woman but still spend his life pining after them? Is this division between the sexes a new thing, or is it an old thing with a shiny new paint of coat repackaged for the next generation? My generation. Who benefits from this? Why did all my attempts at relationships fail? I can only speak for myself, but expectations. Expectations is what likely did me in. You want to be happy. You want things to work out. But none of that is guaranteed. It takes so much work and effort to genuinely care for another person, to truly see them as they are right in front of you, not what they could be if things were different. Who they are right now. I failed to do that. My expectations always won over who they currently were, and I was capable of being. I believe this is something we all struggle with in our own way. I call it expectations. You might call it something else. But it's all roughly the same thing. Trying to live up to or uphold this idea of roles that we play out. Love isn't a game to be figured out. It's not something you can sell in a course going for 100 beans a month. And if history has shown me anything, it's the furthest thing from invincible. My best guess is that it's something you gradually make. Over the course of days, months, years of being with someone. Then at the end of your life, it's something you can look back on. And in that moment, what love meant to you might finally be revealed. Okay, bye.
She deserves peace. A normal life. But I don't know how to give her this. If I even can.